Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Uno, dos, tres. The Lord lead the race. Blessings overflowing. See it on my face. Uno, dos, tres. The devil get erased. Hands to the sky, giving God all the praise. Chains get snapped. Prison doors collapse. Kingdom in my heart. Got the spirit on the map.
So, Stix, if you could give any wrestler, any promotion, steroids right now to buff them up because you think it'll help their career, who would it be? Who would you pick? Who would you roid up?
Well, to also help the acceleration of them getting better, I would probably say Chris Bay, because I would hope that would help his back heal and all that stuff, and we get him back and TNA and get our boy back to being the ultimate finesser and stealing the guys' girlfriends.
Okay, interesting. Because I had two. I had two. It's just I had Kofi Kingston pop into mind immediately. However, he's kind of in the twilight of his career. So I was like, okay, if not Kofi to inflate his chest, it would be a fresh, the future Javon Evans. Give this motherfucker some roids, roid his ass up. He don't got to be like Bobby Lashley. Just inflate, help him get stronger, buffer, give him that real superstar look because now he's this. You can tell this is the start of his career, and he's got potential up the yin yang. But if he gained like 20 pounds of muscle or so, imagine what Trips and the machine can do for the young OG.
Yeah, could you imagine a jacked guy being able to fly like him? I'd be like, it'd be like one of one. Like you would never see someone like that till a bunch of us whites created another one in the lab like that to be able to do stuff like that.
I mean, I could argue Montez Ford, but I don't know what is Montez missing. Like, why aren't they pushing him? Because he kind of is like a roided out
I, I
Devon.
think they're afraid that I think they're kind of afraid to break them up, but also I think they're kind of afraid of what would like with Ange like of Docs. Like I think they're afraid Dawkins would try to help keep his head above water. But I think they know it would only be a matter of time for him to either be relegated to main event or they would have to hope that when they do continue crossovers of TNA, Dawkins would have to try to maybe go be a pillar of the X division and hope that he stays relevant there. But I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. Montez has everything that you are looking for in a rising like face of the company. Like this guy could do any type of match, all that stuff. But I also kind of wonder too, like I don't know about you, every time I see him jump like 100 stories high to do that frog splash when he lands, I get the RVD like uh chills of like when he lands like RVD. It makes me wonder like how bad that really does mess up like his core. Like, are we looking at long-term effects that at some point he's going to have to quit and maybe start slowing down to being like a major holds and moves type of guy? Because that would kind of suck to be able to see a guy who could do stuff like that as a high flyer and have that curtail his career down the road.
I have a solution for that. So they strap the rocket on Montez Ford. He turns heel on Dawkins. He then focuses on himself, doesn't do the high flying shit anymore as a heel, so he can strengthen his midsection again. He won't have to take those kind of bumps anymore. Change his finisher to something heelish, and there you go. When he becomes a face again, then he can do all that crazy shit.
It's almost kind of like what they did with Orton. Remember how when he was young and he came out, he was doing all the high flying stuff, and then he started having the shoulder issues. And that's when they told him, "Hey, tone it down a little bit. Maybe they need to start. Maybe they could do something with that." Because did you imagine having Montez kind of on the same obviously not outside the ring type of attitude, but like the same career trajectory of like Orton. Like if he were to start curtailing that now and start slowing the matches down, but obviously pick it up when you need to, if we can get 20 plus years of Tez in there, I mean, I think that'd be WWE would sign up for that every day.
Plus, don't forget, he's got the wife. Bianca is a better heel than she is a face. You imagine them as a heel couple? Both would be just, they'd go to the moon.
It would be like what WWE would probably want Seth and Becky to be. Like, I mean, those two are like the cheesy heels. I mean, they have like legit heels moments here and there, but like Tez and Bianca are those two that could flip that switch as heels and not be cheesy heels. Like they could be like legit heels, and that would be great. Like that's something that they should seriously look into down the road.
Honorable mention, but I'm pretty sure you can do the math in your head. Adam Cole gets roided up, but you can do the math.
I think the whole thing of Adam Cole was once there was the change of scenery, the clock was ticking on the injury dance card. Like we knew this because once you went to that indie type of wrestling that AEW has, not the structured like WWE. I think all three of us knew that it was just a matter of time before it was like, man, he's gonna end up getting hurt because you kind of saw some from chinks and dings here and there in WWE, but they could still have him do stuff while healing, but also structure matches around for him to do that. AEW's the Wild West, man. They do that. They do this type of stuff, and it's just like you guys should probably start saying no to a lot of that type of stuff.
And plus, if he did get roided up and he would look the part, he would eventually just kill himself, probably. He would fucking injure himself, and that's a wrap for old Adam Cole, baby.
I think Adam Cole would be like almost John Silver with long hair if you gave him roids and he got all buffed up. That's what I think it would be. He'd get that muscular and stuff like that. And it's just like you're just freaking John Silver with long hair, but who can actually cut good promos?
That's true. I did want to get your 2 cents on what just happened recently. I think it was last night or the night before. Raja Jackson ran into the ring, and let's just say he made an impression on all poor Psycho Stu at a Knox Pro Wrestling event. That looked fucking scary. What he did to that poor guy in front of kids, in front of the people, and they said it was a work, but it wasn't a work. But I don't know. They caught him off camera saying I'm gonna go unscripted on his ass. It's very scary. It's very unfortunate that something like this happened. You got to imagine there's going to be lawsuits aplenty from this, not only from both parties, but possibly the crowd as well, being traumatized for seeing this dude get his brains beaten out, and at a tiny show. This is a tiny show. This motherfucker went off on him. Everybody has a camera phone. What the hell was this guy thinking, Stix?
Well, I watched his dad. His dad was a professional MMA fighter, Rampage Jackson, and there were kind of some Rampage had some questionable moments in his career. But he's one of those guys that he would have, if he didn't have those questions. Rampage was one of those guys I could see being a wrestler. With his son, you were kind of hoping maybe this would be a path if he was somewhat like his dad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you. I already read some of the ripple effects. Like that promotion isn't being recognized as a WWE ID program anymore. Like they've cut ties with that.
Wow.
Like I think Mr. Beast had come out and said that he's going to help cover Stu's medical bills. Yeah, it wasn't great. Like it's definitely something. If it was a work, you would think you'd be able to see, because I mean you can see like when they do the punches and stuff like that, like pull up. But yeah, if you were someone backstage and you heard him say that he was going to go totally off script, I would have been one of the few people that probably would have went running to tell somebody higher up to be like, hey, I think this guy is gonna not do what we had planned. if it looks like it's going south real quick, whatever security or guys that we got in the back, if it looks like he's starting to go full, like I'm throwing a huge, like no pulling punches. Crowd, jump the ring, get this guy out, get him over, get the cops called, get it going, and get going before somebody gets majorly hurt, like what they had happen. I mean, you want to grab headlines, but you don't want to grab them for the wrong reasons. And this definitely is one of the worst reasons you could have headlines in a wrestling promotion.
The only good news to come out of this today is that he regained consciousness. So he's alive. I don't know if there's some fucking brain damage because that was like 20 unguarded hits right to the dome. Cesar, any thoughts on the Raja Jackson Psycho Stu situation that went down yesterday?
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
All right, moving on. We had an AEW pay-per-view. The AEW pay-per-view was called Forbidden Door. And I got some good news and I got some bad news, fellas. The good news is I was able to watch the main event. The bad news is that's it. Because I had the device to be able to watch it. However, it took place very early. So when I got out of work, caught the main event. So I will go over the main event and then we will talk from there. The main event was the cage match with Kenny Omega, Ibushi, Darby, Tanahashi, and Ospreay versus the Bucks and the Death Riders. Mbop for the Bucks. That was very funny. Mox and Darby cuffed together. The Bucks bag of tacks was replaced with gummy bears. Ospreay and Darby bloodied. Gabe Kidd pile drives Ospreay. Claude launches Darby from the ring to the cage wall. Why is Asian Ric Flair in this? This fool is barely moving. Darby duct taped a chair. Mox then proceeds to stab and dig at Darby's bloody ear with a fork. Claude slams him with the chair. He's still duct taping the chair and fucking Claude body slams him. Gabe Kidd and Darby fall off the top of the cage through 4 tables and the outside look very gnarly. Matt Jackson is murdered by everybody, and then Asian Ric Flair gets the pinfall. The Death Riders then jump Ospreay afterwards. Apparently, nobody can climb the cage to help him. Stix, what did you think of the main event?
Well, the first thing I noticed is that I'm glad that old Tanahashi is not going to be on my TV set once a year when I watch AEW, and watching his crickety old Chinese ass walking down that freaking ramp to do moves that he shouldn't be doing. I mean, my 2 dead grandpas moved more fluid than this guy did. I mean, this guy is horrible. Main event, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, you kind of knew what was going to happen. The thing I also don't like is AEW with either cage matches or anarchy in the arenas. They always say that this match is going to change the trajectory and landscape of AEW. And they say that before all these matches, and it's just like, you guys keep saying this all the time. You need to save it for stuff that actually you think is going to. Don't sell me this bill of goods that's gonna happen every time. Darby, like DeCoin Cesar, he's a white boy in a dream. Partially through this match, it kind of got a little bit nightmarish. I mean, we got a little bit of Jeff Hardy-ish with Randy Orton with you remember the spot when him and Jeffro were doing the ear thing, but it was Mox with the spaghetti fork and looking for that marinara sauce out of Darby's ear to do the spaghetti. It was what I thought it was going to be. I mean, we had spot fests. Darby and Gabe Kidd off the top of the cage through the tables, which looked like Gabe Kidd landed a lot on his on his shoulders. And afterwards, I mean, with all the stuff we had heard about with Will and potential neck surgery, it was a nice little send-off to be able to allow him to go do that, and then possibly whatever the landscape is, when he is cleared to come back, he can pick back up to go after Moxley. So I imagine Mox is still going to be in the upper echelon of top wrestlers in the company, and the crowd is gonna go crazy wherever and whenever he comes back. So It wasn't a bad main event. I mean, there were some better matches that I'm sure we will talk about, but I mean, with it being the cage, plus that cage was a little funky. I mean, there wasn't. I mean, a lot of your cages are tight to the ring. This gave these guys
It
a
was
lot of room
flimsy.
to dance.
It was
Yeah,
flimsy. Yeah.
they had Darby. Who was it? Was it Darby or the guy fell off onto the Japanese announce table, and they were worried about the freaking Japanese announcer that was in the mask because the table didn't break, and he bounced onto that guy. So it's just like you guys still don't know how to do like get your cages properly set up this far into your existence of a promotion. But I mean, it's ATW. Like we just talked about, it's the Wild West. These guys are going to do things differently, and I guess it's what brings your eyeballs to the product.
Yeah, it was like an open roof Hell in a Cell here, but very flimsy. Cesar, what did you think of the main event of this shit?
This shit was too goddamn long. That's it.
Okay. So
No, yeah, we got to talk about Darby being white. Sorry, I'm doing a bit. But yeah, Darby white ass being white. You knew that nigga was gonna do something fuckery. The fork thing with through the ears a bit much. All right, this ain't fucking what's that movie back in the day? Oh, these young niggas ain't gonna. Yeah, this ain't no fucking Reservoir Dogs with cutting the niggas' ears off in the fucking basement after the diamond heist. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. Sherry goes in there with Gabe Kidd and John Moxley just watching. He was like, I saw that. I saw for 2 seconds. He was back to being real John again because he looked at that camera when he was all bloody. I read the eyes. Okay. I seen them shits. He was like, these white motherfuckers crazy. I ain't jumping off of shit.
He was like, get me back to the Fed ASAP. I will wrestle
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
He's like, I'm fine. He's like, I'm fine with like, breaking skin and sticking sticks in my head and barbed wire because that's just skin and that shit grows back. But he was like jumping 4 stories to some concrete through some tables. He's like, I ain't doing this shit next year. Fuck all this. He's like, we keeping that shit in the cage. So I think the flimsy ring is because there was no base. Because if you noticed it, the top of the ring had like thickness around it, like that black shit. So I think that's what was holding most of the cage together was the top. They needed that shit on the bottom. So yeah, it's like what you guys said. Like, because I think they knew like people were gonna climb to the top and fall off it and jump off it. So they decided to make the top heavy because it's probably just easier because all those cables were going up.
Yeah.
So it probably raised it down. It was probably for raising it down and locking it in place and giving them like places to stand.
I don't know if you noticed, like a lot of the pyro for like other wrestlers were on the cage. Like they had like the fireworks, that stuff. Like when they came out, they were going off on that cage. It's just, what are we doing?
Yeah, so they needed some stability on the bottom for the bottom of that cage, and because it was 10 crackers, too many crackers, and it was fucking hardcore match. That's why the cage. Yeah, that's why the cage was so big. I think because you can't do a Hell in a Cell because Darby wants to jump off the top of shit. You can't do like an elimination chamber because I'm pretty sure that shit is copyrighted. So there's only so many big cages that you can do. So that's probably what they were left with, like just taking the roof off a Hell in a Cell and have because Darby would have tried to Mankind that shit and get thrown off the top through the fucking why were the tables in the cage? Shit should have been outside the cage.
There was a couple they didn't even use. If you remember the end of the match, there was like 2 of them set that weren't
just
even
sitting there, just chilling, sitting there. Yeah, I think they only used like one ladder. And like they got the barbed wire.
And Tanahashi tried climbing that, and you saw all those guys gathered like, no,
Yeah,
no, climb up this
ladder for that. We don't got insurance.
Yeah, man, that was not a regulated ladder. That was a ladder straight from Lowe's that they spray painted black. Probably not even from Lowe's, probably from the local hardware place. So they gave them niggas some dollars. Save a bit of money.
O'Reilly.
Yeah, man, probably some mom and pop. Some kid was like, Pops, I can't work now. I'm going to AEW show. And then the kid gets mad when Pops takes a picture of all them crackers walking in with Tony Skeets' credit card to buy a flimsy ass ladder so they can do like 2 spots. And he got all the pictures with him. I mean, yeah, for a hardcore kid, yeah, they got all their shit in. And yeah, no, Was that like a rule? Was this built out of some magic metal that they got from Harry Potter? It was like you can only climb this cage to get in it if you have a vagina. Because if you're climbing to get out, it's no problem. But climbing to get in is vagina only. I think there was a force field. Harry Potter and the Force and some Luke Skywalker niggas got together and put a magical barrier over the top of the dome that only vagina could climb in. That's the only way I can explain it, why they didn't get in there to help Will Ospreay. I saw Hobbs' big nigga ass out there. How come he couldn't rip off the door? I don't know. I don't know, man. It was magical powers. You gotta call them niggas. I have no reason why niggas couldn't climb in.
So Caesar, I don't want this to be a 4-hour show, so we're just gonna do two things. I'm gonna ask you the worst match of the night and the beer cheese match of the night. So let's get the bad shit out first. What was the worst I should have went to the bathroom match of this? Good God, there's way too many matches on this card.
That nigga Brody King won a title. Next. The shittiest match of the night. Why are we giving matches to Brody King? Why are we giving this nigga wins? It's a thick neck cracker with no knees.
You want to know why? Because the hurt guys, the hurt syndicate didn't want to drop them to FTR. So this is the way to have those guys win and then lose to FTR in like a week or two.
No, but we don't need to celebrate Brody King. He don't even need to be there. This thick neck cracker with all these Mickey Mouse tattoos and no knees can never win shit by himself. He the biggest nigga out there besides Bobby Lashley and that other nigga who lose all the time. I can't even remember. That just eats cheeseburgers and loses all the time. Them niggas don't never get no single title, nothing. Niggas are in every damn tournament to win a title, known to man, don't ever get close to winning it, but you tag them with some small nigga, and all of a sudden they unbeatable. So yeah, what this nigga tag team specialist? This nigga like 6'8", 412 pounds and ain't got no knees. Okay, he the only like British nigga I know that wear knee pads because he ain't got no knees. Okay, name another nigga that don't got no that name another British nigga that wrestle with knee pads. You can't. Okay, it's impossible. They don't sell them over there. They don't even sell them to the women who sucking dick on the street corner. Them bitches got strong knees too. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So worst match of the night. That tag team shit. The hurt niggas was robbed. Okay, they the hurt niggas. They don't need to drop them until they feel like dropping them. So this is what happens. This is what happens when you give these thick neck niggas with no knees creative control. You know what I'm saying? You got a good thing with hurt niggas. They the hurt niggas. You see, man, niggas don't never get the full championship run. Okay, they took it from Private Party too early. You know what I'm saying?
Swerve.
They took it from Swerve too early just to appease Bryan Danielson. No. You know what the worst shit was of the night? Bryan Danielson on the commentary table, but goddamn it, that's another story. Okay, fuck that nigga too. That broke neck nigga. Get your bitch ass out of here. They took it from Swerve. They took it from Private Party. They took it from from Platinum Max and the gay nigga too early. And they had them beat up. I ain't never forgot they had Sting beat both of them niggas on Martin Luther King Day. I ain't never forgot that shit. Okay, I think AEW, you piece of shit. You more racist than Trips. Okay,
hey, they took Jade. Remember Jade's TBS title? Jade Cargill. Yeah, they took her title.
Yeah. I mean, Jade got a good run, but she fine. Okay, so yeah, we get it. But he barely put the women on, so he had to give him something. He had to give him. That nigga be having 2 women matches on a 6-hour pay-per-view, and you had goddamn Megasis, Penelope Ford, Butlander, Julia, the bitch that be with Julia, Ivy Blue or some bitch. I don't know what the fuck that bitch is. You had all that talent and you wasted it. Oh, and crazy ass big titty Danny with the face mask shit on. You had all that talent on the pre-show? On the pre-show, and you got this thick nigga with no knees out here winning titles. The unmitigated gall. So yeah, fuck that match. Wasting my goddamn time.
On the flip side,
yeah.
Oh wait, let me get to Stix. Stix, what was your worst match of the entire way too many matches on this card?
Oh, 100%. I'm with Cesar. It was a tag team match. I mean, you had Bandito, who's your Ring of Honor champion, and then you had Brody, who the House of Black is dead, but then you tried rebranding it, but Buddy had to go have ankle surgery because you had a small ass ring, and the dude fucked his ankle up, and it just wasn't healing right. So he's back at home getting chopped by mommy, and then he's got to go have fucking ankle surgery. Now he's gonna be out till God knows when. So you got to do something with the thick neck guy, like Cesar said, the guy with no knees of that, who can't freaking get no traction doing anything else. So what are you gonna do? Was just throw him in a tag team with the masked up Mexican guy? That's my secondary company's champion, and we're gonna give him a tag team championship. We're gonna have the Hurt Syndicate lose to these guys. Really?
Wait, did they get pinned? Did Bobby or Shelton get pinned?
No, they pinned FTR because Rick and Nigga came out with the Gates of Agony, dressed up in New Japan gear of anything, and I mean full Scullies. You couldn't see it was them. So Rick and Nigga and the Gates of Agony came out and started just whooping their monkey ass, and took them to the back, and then FTR out there with Stokes. Out there, you know the kind of promo Stokes was gonna cut on Wednesday. If FTR would have won them damn titles, we'd have had Stokes clips all on the Twitterverse. I ain't calling it X. Fuck that shit. All on the Twitterverse. Stokes would have been skeeting everywhere. It would have been great. And you wanna stick that nigga with no knees.
I'm old. I'm bald. I can't
get no hoes. And the best part of Cash, you can get hoes. You can get hoes. Cash with the backup. Them boys is good. Putting them with Stokes, them boys is good. You can get hoes. Yeah, he said, I'm fighting for my life. Man, Stokes would have been cutting all types of shit if them boys would have won them damn titles. But no, you don't give it to a thick neck nigga with no knees.
All right, Stix, go ahead.
No, that was the worst match. I mean, outside of that, I mean, this wrestling card, outside of being way longer than what it needed to be, it actually wasn't too terrible. I mean,
right? It was a good show.
For the way the card, for the way it matched, for the way you looked at it on paper, it actually was a little bit better. Now, it wasn't one of the better Forbidden Door cards, but I mean, it was. I felt like I didn't get completely robbed of my $53.49 that I paid for it, but I mean,
but All Out was definitely better.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Well, on the flip side, Stix, what made it to your beer cheese match of the night?
Man, I tell you what, I had 2, possibly 3, but Nigel McGuinness and Zack Sabre Cracker. You want to talk about a technical wizardry match? These boys, you knew it as soon as these guys went. The rolls out of like the snap mirrors, all that. I mean, the back and forth between these guys. I'm glad this was a match that made me feel really glad that Nigel is back wrestling, because we got a chance to see 2 different generations of technical wrestlers meet, when one of them would, because you would think Nigel's like, man, maybe with the time away and all that stuff, being older than Zack Sabre Cracker, it wouldn't be. He hold for hold, move for move, went with Zack Sabre Cracker, and it was great. Like, I thought. Now I'll say this. The co-main, MJF, I thought it was one of his better matches, but of course he was in a match that he was probably more engaged in. You could have had this match be the co-main, and I would not have been mad at it whatsoever. You could have had this match been the main event, and I wouldn't have been mad at it. You could have had that cage match start the fucking card. Get that done over with, raise that goddamn cage back up. Let's move on. Let's call it a day.
There'd be too much blood in the ring for the rest of the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Tony Skeet's got that dad's black card. You just rip off the top layer of that mat, and then we got a new one. We got a new HBO Max freaking British British Pound Town sponsored match. Matt, we can move it on. Let's go. I mean, we could have had that.
I don't know, Stix. They could have tripped on a gummy bear. I mean, it was very dangerous after
There's a
that.
lot of gummy
Well,
bears out there.
I mean,
Man.
Will
They gonna start
Ospreay
getting hot and melted and shit. And there's so
Will
much ass
Ospreay
laying around
ate
in
a
the
couple
ring.
of those gummy bears. Like he did a move on somebody, picked one up, looked at the crowd, threw it in his mouth, and went on about doing what his business. So, but I will say this: Zack Sabercracker and Nigel McGuinness. And I was glad that Danny Garcia didn't. The rumors were he possibly was going to turn on Nigel, was going to cause him. I'm glad he didn't. Now he still got his pay-per-view check. So if I was Danny, I'm glad I was there. You got that pay-per-view money. You showed up. You stood outside. You helped the guy. You talked to him. You looked good on the camera. Maybe you went afterwards, shared a couple of pints with the boys. Hey, that's an easy payday for me. I'd show up. I'd do that 10 times out of 11, maybe 11 times out of 10. I don't know. But this match was a technical match that they will show, and hopefully they should have FedEx this thing onto their YouTube channel for free to show you, hey, this is technical wrestling at its finest.
So who won?
Zack Sabre Cracker. It was for
Yeah, come on. He's not going to drop that IWGP.
He didn't finish the story.
Well, no, he's not. He's the
title.
IWGP. He's the IWGP champion. They talked about it before. Like if he were to lose, it changes the whole landscape. But if with Zack Sabre winning, you set it up for him versus Take Shitta, who won the G1 tourney. So
or Danny Garcia.
Well, I think they already talked. I think they had foreshadowed it. Like with Take Shitta winning that G1, I think it's pretty much he's gonna face.
They're definitely gonna fight. That's gonna be.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, we've heard the best and worst from Stix. We've heard the worst from Cesar, but what is your beer cheese match of the night, Cesar? Mercedes Moné? No.
That young bitch in that match, though? What's her name?
Bozilla? Was it Bozilla?
Bozilla? Yeah, you better look out for that, bro. You better look out for that Bozilla bitch. That's a big bitch.
Was that on the kickoff?
No, nigga, that was on the card.
Okay.
Now the best match of the kickoff was probably Rick and Nigga, Jet Speed, and Gates of Agony, and that black nigga that's been the Rev Pro champ. You better watch out for that nigga too. Anyway, I digress. You're gonna have to find something, Sangria. Brother Quarter, Cousin 50, Uncle Dime. It's between these two matches. These was the matches that the story was cooking. And the matches were cooking. And it was a good match. On the one side, you got Hangman and MJF. That was a great match. It's a great match. It's a real good match. Even though you know who's going to win, it's a great match. And you got Nigel and Zack Sabre Cracker. Now, Zack Sabre Cracker, he going to be tails, and MJF got the big head, so he going to be heads. Flip the coin.
Okay, but you got to tell me how MJF loses, because that's.
I did what tell you. We gonna cook. I'll cook both matches.
There we go.
You all right?
Heads.
So MJF, and I don't care what that coin said. It was Zack Sabre Cracker, but I'm gonna still tell you how the MJF match ended. I was always picking Zack Sabre Cracker. The fuck out of here. You think I ain't talking on this tripod about Zack Sabre Cracker for the last 18 goddamn years, 12 years a slave on this bitch, and not pick Zack Sabre Cracker when he got a banging ass match? Man, fuck that shit. All right, I'm gonna tell you about the MJF match because Stix already talked about Zack Sabre Cracker. But yeah, you definitely need to go back, watch it if you can. If they put a repeat on that damn stick before you give it back, just go back and fast forward about an hour and a half in or so.
Okay.
Damn this MJF match. And so you know the shit was on the line where it was count outs, can't DQ, all that shit would change titles. So just whoever won. They was fighting for a good while, and MJF was taking a mean ass whooping, but he kept doing the smart way. He kept like falling into the corner, and then like pissing off Adam Cage and falling into the corner. So if he was hitting him, and, you know, he didn't stop at the ref count of 5, he would have got disqualified. MJF would have left with the damn title. So he was doing that shit at first. They was fighting on the outside. MJF went for the heat seeker twice. Did he hit a heat seeker?
He did, but the first time he faked that knee injury, remember?
Yeah.
He went for the Hangman went for the buckshot, and
Buckshot.
he reversed it. It was like one of the best reversals I
Yeah,
had seen in a while.
MJF was actually wrestling his ass off in this match. So it was really a good back and forth. He did hit a pile driver like kind of out of nowhere when Hangman went for like a big move. He turned around. It was just like bow, like he snapped that shit. Um, there were some tables in this shit. I don't know how this shit didn't get DQ'd. Uh, MJF took a
Those
MJF took
two
a dead
table
eye through a
spots
table.
were wicked.
Yeah,
Those two table spots were not great.
MJF took a dead eye off the side of the apron through the table on the ground, and then they was fighting. Hangman got in, got back out, and then MJF got him and hit him with like a tombstone while the table was broken like this on one of the broke pieces. So the table's like this. He hit this nigga with the tombstone through the broke part. It didn't break again. They bounced. And then Hangman was bloodied. He was busted open on that shit. And then MJF gets in the ring and the referee starts to count and Hangman barely gets back in at 10. So that was like a spot that they thought the title was going to change hands. They did
No fuck
mad
shit?
damage. What?
No fuck shit.
No, yeah, the fuck shit's all at the end.
Okay.
Hangman had like clotheslined this nigga off the barricade and like he landed on some like MJF landed on the niggas in the first row. I was like, God damn. I was like, that's real concrete out there. That's not even no pad, nigga. Jesus Christ. He had a couple other dead eyes. They did some moves off the top. The shit was dope. And then at one point, MJF hit that nigga with the dynamite ring and the ref wasn't looking. I don't know why the ref wasn't looking because like nobody was out there.
Well,
But-
I think he grabbed the championship and was gonna maybe use that or something.
I think he went and grabbed the championship. The ref took it. Hangman at one point grabbed a chair, and the ref was like, "I mean, you can hit him, but you're gonna lose the title." so like and that's when MJF did some more fuck shit. He hit the nigga with the contract, with that steel contract thing. He cracked Hangman with that shit. Went for the pin. Hangman kicked out. I think when he hit the heat seeker, like the ref didn't see, but Hangman's like foot was on the rope, and MJF was pinning him, and he counted to 3. So MJF thought he won, and then the ref was like, "Hold up, his foot on the rope."
No, Briscoe came down. You had security pushing
Oh yeah,
him back.
yeah.
And then,
Briscoe came down.
Then they focused back in the ring. Hangman's foot was on the rope for like 5 minutes. And MJF's like, oh shit. He went to go move it, and the ref saw it, and he's like, and Hangman, and MJF's like, he just put it up there. He just put it up there.
Briscoe didn't even get close to the ring, but he beat the shit out of some security guards. He looked like he hit a couple of them for real. He owes some of them niggas a receipt. But yeah, Hangman's foot was on the rope the whole time. MJF celebrating like an asshole, tried to get it off. And then Briscoe was talking shit to MJF, and MJF's looking at him. And then Hangman came over, got the dub. Oh, hit MJF with the fucking contract at one point. Hangman hit that nigga with the contract he kicked out. But he got the win from the distraction from Briscoe to keep that feud going. And then Hangman got the dub in the middle of the ring. They both got busted open. Yeah, there were some hard shots on the outside, like that table spot. Both the table spots were pretty crazy. The finish was going like really, really quick. So they were like hitting moves like clotheslines and then reversals. Then they did the roll around where they were rolling each other up for a minute. But yeah, it was like dynamite ring, contract, opposite way contract. I think a turnbuckle got ripped off, but it was like a bottom one or something.
No, it was a top one because that's how MJF got busted open. He went to go throw Hangman,
he went to throw Hangman
reversed it.
Yeah. It was wild, bro. So it was like when I watched that, I was like, damn, this match is actually really, really good. It was those two were like probably the best matches of the night. They also wrote Swerve off TV. He was selling the knee versus Okada. And then Swerve came out dressed as Mr. Terrific. So he had the Mr. Terrific gear on with the jacket with the shit down the side.
Did he have the thing on the face?
Nah, he didn't have the thing on his face.
Okay.
Yeah, but he came out with the pants and the jacket.
Cool.
And then he was selling his knee like the whole time. Apparently he tore something like 6 months ago, and he's just been
Yeah,
wrestling.
he's had a partially torn meniscus since
Meniscus.
2019, and they finally he's
Oh yeah,
had
6 years ago apparently. It's
yeah,
just
like
like
the Jacksonville Jaguar medical staff has been helping him kind of keep going without surgery, but Swerve's just come to the point where he's just like, I just need to get this done.
Damn,
yeah,
so that's Swerve and Osprey are gonna be
written
out
off.
for a while. Damn.
And then like of course Okada wins, and then he takes Swerve, he puts him in between the ring steps
Mhm.
and the turnbuckle. He puts his leg in there and hits it with a chair like 3 times. Then Prince Nana comes out with a pipe and chases off Okada, and then he's in the ring trying to pull Swerve out, and then Wardlow brings his bitch ass out and beats the dog shit
Oh god.
out of Prince Nana and joins the NWO of AEW, the Don Callis family. So now
Again,
this
he's gonna
nigga,
be in the group.
yeah, this nigga's in the Don Callis family. And then Take a Shitta comes out and like shakes his hand because remember they had beef like way back in the day. But he comes out and like shakes his hand. So yeah, there's like 15 niggas in this shit now. It's fucking NWO.
So what I'm not hearing is how fantastic the Edge and Christian reunion was.
So Christian still played it as the asshole. It was the first match of the night.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
okay.
because it had it in his promo. Because remember, towards the end of his Videotron, it would say "father," but then they took that out
They
and it
edited
said
and said asshole.
"asshole" on it.
Yeah. So it said everything and counted down, but the one was asshole. Um, he still came out with the sleeveless turtleneck.
Mhm.
And everybody was like, "You are asshole." So now MJF doesn't get that anymore. Christian gets it. I know the crowd was saying, you're our daddy or you're our papa." So the crowd was still behind Christian being the dad. And Christian kept doing the thing on the ropes, like he just wouldn't like hang out with Edge.
Yeah.
He did do a couple of heelish things, like he tagged out quick when Luchasaurus got in for the first time, like as he was beating the dog shit out of Kip Sabian. And then Kip Sabian tagged Luchasaurus, and Christian was in the ring, and he was like, mm-mm. He just tagged Edge and like immediately got out, and he was like, they won with a what did he do? He
It
like
was almost
threw
like
him
what was it
into a
like?
spear.
It looked like it was like a choke slam. It was like he was getting him like the choke slam, but then he speared him. Like
Yeah.
held him up.
Well, no, he kind of did, like Mercedes does the thing where she puts you on your back and flings you over. It looked something like that. Like he kind of like turned him around into Edge in the air, and then Edge just came in and speared him. Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus were fighting the whole time.
Hmm.
And then Mama Wang was just talking shit every time Christian was like on the outside of the ring getting beat up. Edge was the one taking the most damage. Christian got the hot tag. And then Daniel Bryan was being a dick, like because like Edge would be fighting Luchasaurus, and he's like, "Yeah, he needs a tag, but look at Christian. He's not like holding on to the end of the ring rope and trying to stretch out as much as he can to get the tag." I was like, "This nigga is like not even in the middle of the ring. He's like in the corner, getting his ass kicked by Luchasaurus over by Kip Sabian. What's reaching out gonna do, Daniel Bryan? Shut the fuck up." So Daniel Bryan just being a little bitch the whole time. But yeah, they got the dub. The Christian goes for the handshake, and Edge, puts it up like that and brings him in and hugs him. And Christian is just standing there like this. Like Edge is literally like hugging him, and he's like, then after a while, he goes, "Man, come on, man." He's like, "Get off me, get off me." And then because Christian got the pin, because Christian was the legal man.
Mhm.
And then so Christian goes, "Get off me, get off me." And Edge is like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, and they shake hands, and he's like, and he goes back and he's hanging on the ropes like this, and he's just like, and then they play Edge's music, and the crowd starts singing it and beating their meat. And yeah, that was it. It was literally the first match on the card.
So now I want to really watch Nigel versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Well, you can't miss a Zack Sabre Crocker match.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. But we'll take a quick break and come back with some Heatwave talk. NXT had a BLE called Heatwave, and we kicked things off. Oh, by the way, shout out to the sheriff who was in attendance. We kicked things off with Miss Parker versus Kelani versus Lola Vice. Oh my God. Book is heat skeeting all under the desk.
Tallulah Green.
as Miss Parker uses that battle donk to beat down these ladies. Discoloration Nation on full alert here as Kalani gives Lola a single leg crab. These three women bring it for the opener of this PLE. Lola rolls up Miss Parker for the win. Lola Vice is the new #1 contender for the NXT Championship. I gave this 6 pretzels on some butt meat. Cesar, what did you think of the kickoff to Heatwave?
I thought it was a good match. We know these ladies can wrestle. And yeah, besides like I want to say besides Kaylani, it feels like Lola ain't been there in a while. She's been working with AAA. Like Miss Pac ain't been there in a while. But I think like the last PLE was when they had that other women's match. It looked like she tweaked something for a little bit, so maybe she just been injured or something. So yeah, everybody got their shine on. Everybody got their shit in. Lola was throwing that butt meat in the corners. Kaylani hitting them flips and shit. And then, yeah, Miss Parker hitting the battle donk in the corner. And Book was all excited. Yeah, he was definitely beating Skeeton. No Corey Graves. What, was he in AAA or something?
He's overseas.
No.
Oh, that's right. He's overseas on doing Clash in Paris and all that other fuck shit in Ireland and whatnot. Yeah, man, no, match was dope. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a surprise to me. I didn't think Lola was gonna win. I thought it was probably gonna be like Kaylani or Miss Parker. But Lola pulls out the dub. You always gotta like that. You know what I'm saying? When they hit you with the old swerve, bro. It was the swerve, bro. But yeah, I agree with you about 6. I'm gonna give it 6 in the must. Yeah,
Nice.
it was a good match.
Nice. Stix, Miss Parker versus Kalani versus Lola for the #1 contendership. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad match.
Were you watching with your girlfriend, your wife?
No, well, I watched it, just preference. I ended up watching AEW first.
Mhm.
I watched this like early, like Monday morning. I started with AEW, and then by the time I started with NXT, I watched the first match before she came home from work, and then she watched the rest of the pay-per-view with me. I thought this match wasn't a bad match. I would have liked to see Miss Parker win, just for the fact that I see a little bit more potential with Miss Parker than I do with Lola. Like, I think Lola, at the peak of her wrestling abilities, is like a good reigning North American champion. I think Miss Parker's got all the tools and stuff like that to be like NXT Women's Champion. But I mean, like you said, the nice little swerve of Lola winning gives you that opportunity. Plus, you can roll, like we would, I imagine we'll talk about later. You could morph that into like different stuff backstage of like multi-women tag match, stuff like that. I thought it wasn't a bad opening match. I gave it 6. You got the women in, like, we know this is one of the deepest women's divisions in pro wrestling, and NXT has no problem flexing their muscle with that. Like, they can do damn near a whole wrestling card with probably just their women's division, and it wouldn't be a disappointment whatsoever. And to have your card start off with that, I thought it wasn't bad. We'll see how good Lola is going to be. Like, hopefully she's going to take another leap in her wrestling career whenever she gets this women's championship match against JC Jane. And heck, maybe we're seeing a future NXT women's champion and Miss Chalula Green and herself, Lola Vice.
I think they're kind of using it as training though. Like, they probably want her to eventually go to AAA and win that title, and then possibly can come back to NXT, get more eyes for AAA, and then dump the title to go up to the main roster. So I feel like it's probably she's worked with the people in NXT, get her more comfortable, get her that spotlight again, like she had when Roxanne was champ, and like see if they can get a good run behind her. Take that run, take it to CMLL, not CMLL, AAA, and then all these Mexican wrestling or Spanish wrestling.
See, I like that. The NXT, if they do that, I like that they do that. Whereas AEW, they don't showcase, they don't give their pillars, their women's division on on the site training, they just go out and they buy these women that have had multiple years of doing that stuff in other promotions, and then they just push them out there where you could have had your women that have been there since day one, and they don't, and you just bury them back on like pre-shows and like the first like maybe couple of nights, first couple of minutes of the pay-per-view, where you could build their women up to be like main events, whereas like what NXT is doing with their women's division.
I just feel it's such a damn shame we didn't get that Lola Jada tag team.
Hey,
That's
there's
too
still
powerful,
time.
man.
There's still time. We still might get it. Miss Pocket comes walking out. She pointing at her wrist. There's still time. We might get that.
That's too
I
powerful.
I do like it when Book marks out when she does the high step. High step, high step.
High step. Yeah. He's like, go and throw it on him. Throw it on him. High step, high step, high step.
Speaking of tag teams, up next was for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Boy, have them titles fallen. Hank and Tank versus Dark State. Numbers game wins. New tag champs. 3 pretzels. Stix, what'd you think of this shit? I
didn't give us any
had
pretzels.
no interest in this.
I'm-
It was decent, but
Dark State, I feel like they're just forcing them on us. Like we went from Fraxium, like these, like 2 guys that we knew like were like great singles wrestlers, just seem like thrown together as a tag team just to give these guys something to do. And they took that ball and they ran. Like they become a legit tag team so good that they got called up and they're just treading water right now. You had them as your tag team, and then they lost to Hank and Tank, which is like, okay. On-site training. We're going to try and build these boys up. I mean, they got their moments. You get TV moments, backstage moments with them whatsoever. And then they're facing Dark State, who, in my opinion, I don't think they've caught on at all. Like, it's just basically, we're going to keep throwing them out there, hope that they have moments. I mean, that Cutler guy has had some backstage moments on interviews that has kind of been like video clip worthy stuff.
Yeah.
That, I mean, if that's probably going to be the best that we will get out of this group. And then you're going to have them win the tag team titles, which will probably get free birded around all 4 guys. Like, you ain't going to get the same 2 guys. It's going to get free bird. Whatever. It's fine. I didn't have any interest in this. And then you gave them the tag team titles, which means I'm going to see them on my TV more and more. And I just don't want it. So I didn't give it any pretzels. I could care less about this.
You know, I hope they do something. I hope this is leading to them going to TNA, starting shit, and have a TNA tag team take those fucking belts off of them. Give TNA some shine, because it's been an abusive relationship between TNA and NXT. Give TNA some shine, but I digress. Cesar, this was my lowest point of the night. If I were to ask your lowest point, this is my lowest point. But it wasn't an abortion. It was just, I was not invested. Like Stix said, what did you think of this shit?
I'm trying to think. I can't even remember what the other matches were.
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, sure. You say so. So yeah. Is this dumb? It's dumb. Did the ending ruin this? The ending ruined this. And I agree with you guys on that. But I don't know, man. There's something about Hank and Tank that works for me in the ring. But I don't like Dark State at all. Yeah, nobody likes Dark State. This is one of those matches where it was like, if I got to take, do I like Dark State and do I like wrestling? The wrestling match about it was fine. Dark State, yeah, is boring. Oh, yeah.
Double champ. Oh, Booker T. Booker T is excited.
The Rockstar.
JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich versus Ash by Elegance. President of the JC Jane fan club, Book, is hyped. These 3 women were cooking this whole match. Maybe the fucking tag team championship match helped this match be way better. But again, these 3 women cooked. Fatal Influence shenanigans get them ejected. The Elegances yank out JC Jane, but aren't ejected. Okay. An elegant top rope senton bomb, and Ash brings home the TNA Knockouts Championship. Of course, the president was in the crowd, all happy about it and shit. I
Mhm.
gave it 6 pretzels. This was a great match with these women. They can go. Cesar, what did you think? We got Ash has gold. She brought it
Yeah,
home. What'd
she
you
brought it
think?
home. No, I thought this was a great match too. Yeah, these ladies showed up and showed out. Um, yeah, Masha the only one without backup. Uh, yeah, I don't understand how. Yeah, they just moved. They put her foot on the rope, but then she beats up Ash, and then they kick both of them out, but not kick the Elegance brand out. Is it wild to say that like a Swanton bomb is like the new super kick? Like everybody has got one. Like what? I think Tank dropped one in that tag match, and then Ash has dropped two in
I
this
feel like
match.
Swanton and Sentons are like super kicks anymore.
Yeah. They're just the new super kicks, the new DDTs. Just as time progresses, I mean, everybody's got one in their back pocket. They just want to hit. Um, no, but like this match was good, and I'm JC just didn't get that title long, but she didn't need it. I mean, for the story, it was great. Um, Ash and Masha still hate each other, so you can keep that story going on TNA. And then JC lost, so they go about to start clowning. The mean girls are gonna mean girl, she blames them hoes for every loss. And then tell them hoes they didn't do shit with every win. So you keeping that fuel going on the fire. And then when she does lose that title, like I don't know if they're gonna break them up, but Fallon gonna have something to say and whatnot. I mean, I thought so far this was like a really good match. So I gave it 7 pretzels. I was thoroughly entertained, entertained. I mean, laughing at Book, being ignorant as shit, um, wilding out on the stick. So yeah, I was entertained. Yeah.
Yeah, Cesar, you're right. It wasn't a lengthy reign. However, JC Jane has made history, and we will remember her forever as being the first woman to do what she has done. Stix, I know that is even more significant to you being a lifelong TNA fan. What did you think of this triple threat match? And Ash, we got old Dana Brooke got
Dana
her
finally giving her a title.
opportunity, and she got that. She got 2 belts now, baby. Oh wait, or did she give it to that tall bitch? I don't know. Well,
Well, the tall bitch she's probably gonna give it to the tall bitch, but it's probably like free bird rules. They're
yeah,
gonna probably run that shit with the tag titles.
that's true.
Because that bitch is fairly new. But no, she gave her the belt. So
What'd you think, Sticks?
No, this is when you have two promotions that have two of the best women's divisions in wrestling, you can get a match like this where you're like, on paper, like if you're on paper, you haven't watched wrestling in a while, you're like, is this gonna be good? But like people like us, like the guys like us, wrestling fans that are watching this stuff, we know this match is gonna be good. And it was. This was a great women's match. Um, all three women came out and did it. Like you said, Masha, she didn't have backup, but Masha's a one-woman wrecking crew in herself. Like this woman, like the dive she did to both those women outside that ring. I mean, I was like, damn, did she break her fucking leg? Because it looked like her leg might have whipped into like the guardrail
yeah.
and stuff like that. But I will say this: I mean, Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke, like they made the note of when the last time she was in an NXT ring. I like stuff like that because you get former WWE wrestlers that do show up to TNA and they can point back to like that. They've done it with like Fandango, all that stuff. I like that when you have a working relationship like that. Um, but I gave this 6 in the salt. I thought this was a great women's match. It gets the title back into TNA. So allows you to build towards May Bound for Glory. Having JC win this, allow the title to be on, if you want to say mainstream TV with the channel, you could do that and brought TNA women onto to NXT. I feel like with this, with TNA and WWE relationship, it allows TNA to get their wrestlers and their championships onto mainstream TV with the hopes of at some point, maybe they land like a different TV deal, and then those eyeballs can't come to the product. If not, if you don't do that, TNA, you need to hype the shit out of your app. You need to do that. You need to say like WWE Network is gone. Come to TNA. Come to the TNA app. You can watch our stuff live. You can watch our history. You can watch our library. Do that. But it brings eyeballs to the product. It's something that JC Jane could have on her resume, that she was TNA Knockouts champion and NXT Women's champion at the same time. The chick has put that work in to be able to deserve this. Masha's has had long title reigns, so she's going to collect some L's. And Ash, it gets her like you guys said, she's a Knockouts tag team champion. Now she's a Knockouts champion. Maybe they freebird it, but at this point now she can say she's a 2-belt women's champion. So I mean, maybe the tides are turning with a lot of the TNA WWE, where a lot of the TNA wrestlers are going to get those titles back. And I thought it wasn't a bad women's match. Like I said, 2 of the best women's divisions in wrestling, showcase it on a WWE PLE where people are going to watch. Great. It's awesome.
I can already hear the concierge on Thursday. The woman who saved TNA. It's gonna be funny. But
who holds all the gold in TNA? The brand that holds all the gold.
And now TNA is officially elegant.
Elegance.
I mean, the rest of the card is just great. It was just that one low point because up next, no titles on the line. But man, a hell of a grudge. It was Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut, versus Balake Monroe. Jordan has exceptionally bad entrance music. Very generic stock rock. They did her dirty on that. Blake tries to hide behind Vic and Book. That was very funny. By the way, loving how the women are the majority of this PLE. Blake Monroe is number 1 in Book's Fave 5. I'm loving this match, this story, this rivalry. Blake ripped off a turnbuckle cover. Oh shit, Blake just hit a BBC, Cesar. Did you
seen that shit?
Blake hit a BBC. 10 Cunts will be losing his mind during this match. Jordan hits a sit-down powerbomb from the second rope. Blake stomps Jordan's face into exposed turnbuckle. Double arm DDT. Blake wins. Now, at this point of the night, gentlemen, I was like, this is fucking beer cheese. This match is beer cheese, solid. I'm giving it the beer cheese at this point of the night. However, there were more matches, so I gave it 7 pretzels with salt. Stix, your thoughts on Blake versus Jordan?
May agree. I'm going to give you just now a little bit behind the scenes.
Uh-oh.
When you talked about Jordan Grace and the entrance music, my girlfriend was in here getting ready for work. This morning we were watching this. She avidly told me, what is with WWE changing people's theme music when it doesn't need to be changed? Like she had talked about, why do we have, like, her specific words are, why do we have people talking on people's interest music before the music hits? You said that. She's standing there getting ready, and she was like, I knew it. He knew it. I told you. And I'm like, easy. Great match. I had said this to my girlfriend in the beginning while this match was going on. We were watching this. Blake Monroe is one of the most prettiest women that can get in a dogfight match, like a hardcore match, and she has no problem with it. Like, you get a lot of these good, like, nice-looking women that are like, I don't know if I want to take this spot. She has no problems with it. We saw that in AEW, and we're seeing this in NXT with this, like a match like this. She has no problem going up against Jordan Grace. And Jordan Grace is a pro. So when you have a chance to do that, you're not going to have any problems taking spots where you can get hurt and having that fear of not getting hurt. This match was great. This is a great rivalry to have start going. Blake Monroe, like, when she came and when they started having her kind of be that, like, nice, pretty girl, I think all 3 of us knew it's only a matter of time. She's best as a heel. We've seen it over in AEW. This woman sells t-shirts, sells tickets as a woman that cuts promos as that high uppity, I'm better than you, heel, good looking heel. And her doing that during this match, leading into this match was great. This match was great. Blake, Jordan, both professionals. Once again, like you said, the women's division for this brand is second to none. Second to none. And this match shows you, like we've talked about how AEW wrestlers can come over to NXT, WWE, and you start seeing stuff like this. We kind of knew with Blake what we were going to get with her because her rivalry with Toni Storm was great. So now you ratchet it up with more eyeballs, and you throw her in Jordan Grace. Great rivalry, great match. These women went out there, did it. I gave it 7. These women, this was, I don't know if I'm going to say perfectly put on the card, but where it was, I had no qualms with it. It was great. These women went out there, they put on a match, having Blake do this, start building Blake up. Start building her up because we know she can be a champion, and she is suited and booted and ready to go for when she becomes champion. You got no issues with it.
Couple things, Cesar. I do like Blake's music, even though there's talking at the beginning of it as well. And like Stix says, like she's pretty and she can go. Whenever I see Blake do her headbutts, I'm like, oh shit.
That shit looks like it hurts.
Not
bro.
hold back with them headbutts. But Cesar, what did you think of Jordan Grace versus Balake Monroe?
Yeah, man, y'all know Balake out here doing the Lord's work, tempting everybody. Dr. Umar got her on his #1, Snow Bunny's never list. You know what I'm saying? Because she turning Negroes. And Dr. Umar hate white women. But I digress. Because that's his thing. You know what I'm saying? It's all pink in the middle. We all know. Anyway, I digress again. I've been drinking. Yeah, this match was good. You got 2 constant pros, man. Look, first of all, as we always say, if you is a whitey and you can survive and make a name for yourself over in Japan, okay, you good with me. Okay, so I know you can fight. Because them Japan bitches be hitting for real. Okay. They be fighting. They be whooping ass and taking names. Okay, they wild. I mean, they sing crazy songs and be all like anime titty bitches, but they knock your ass out. Okay, and they'll go to lunch. They don't care. We saw what she did in AT Dub. She was over here having some good matches. Put on some bangers with Tony. Had a quick little run, so Tony could take some time off because she was just carrying the whole fucking company. Back was hurting. You know what I'm saying? Juice won't hitting it right. Probably something. I don't know what was happening. Shit happens. And then came back and was like, all right, I'm ready to take on the company again. I'm Tony fucking Stone. And then then old Blockade wanted the bag, She didn't want no secondhand check from that wrestling tee shop. She's like, nah, nigga, I need my 30% up front, cash in hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna get these dudes all hot and bothered, and I'm gonna put on some bangers. And that's what the fuck she did. She played that soft, pretty girl heel, running away from the big bad Jordan, and flipped it on that hoe the first chance she got. Yeah, and even when she was running out the ring, she would get in quick. And Jordan looked like she was running in. She was throwing stomps down to the mat real quick, just playing dirty. I was like, oh, damn. Damn, this is good psychology. Yeah, kick that bitch. Kick that bitch while she's trying to get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, her headbutts are always good. I just think she hitting bitches. I just think Jordan don't care. Jordan thick neck bitch, yo. She a thick neck body, bro. You can probably stab that hoe. I mean, you probably can't because the abs will probably break the knife. You gotta need them Crocodile Dundee. Like, this is a knife. You need one of them shits. You can't be having these little switchblade cracker shits. You know what I'm saying? That big bitch, it ain't gonna hurt. Okay?
Listen, get a vibranium knife from fucking Black Panther. That's the only thing that's gonna penetrate that juggernaut.
Yeah. She probably got a vibranium dildo. shoving that thing up the butt when
Well,
John,
look who she goes home to.
yeah,
I
John
mean,
the
come on
Gresham.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, that nigga only short in height. No, he's swinging deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Know
yeah,
that
they
shit?
call him the octopus for more than one reason.
Yeah, you goddamn right. That shit probably 8 inches thick too. Shit, she taking fucking soda cans, nigga, and fucking 8 inch long fucking Sprite can up the ass. You know what I'm saying? That thick neck bitch. You need power for that. Power game.
No wonder her voice always sounds strained.
Yeah, man, her throat box stretched out. She can't talk. You know what I'm saying? Shoving that thing down the throat. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this was a great match. Great match. It's crazy because it was no title. You know what I'm saying? So imagine when these broads get their peak of their powers down in NXT and they're gonna be fighting for titles like this. This is just the beginning. It's only gonna get better from here. And she did a little cheat to win. You know what I'm saying? No wonder they cheating. I mean, she was trying to get up on her feet. Bitch yoked her skinny ass all the way over halfway throughout the goddamn ring because she a big bitch. Shit was good, man. It was really good. I was entertained as well, and I thought they both put off the shit. It's nice to see the heels get some dubs, you know. I mean, hell, even the Elegance bitch, the heel getting the title, you're taking it from another heel. I'm saying it's good. It's good shit all around. Still, Dark State can go to hell, but I mean, other than that, I mean, it was good shit. Good shit all around.
Pretzels.
Oh yeah, this about 7 minutes salt. This shit was good. This shit was good. I like this match just as much as I like the triple threat. They just put more a little oomph in this. The other triple threat was built between two shows, so if you didn't watch everything, you probably didn't. I mean, you could still enjoy it, but you probably didn't enjoy it as much. But this being on one show and the hoes teamed up, that she turned on the bitch, and then she got the dub. So what Jordan gonna do? Jordan can still be mad, but hey man, I got the dub, man. Nobody cares, man. History books only go one way, man. You know what I'm saying? Winners lose.
So up next was All Ego, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus American Darkness. This was Canada versus America. Americans getting booed. Canada chants breakout. This is why sometimes I like wrestling fans. They win against the grain because wrestling fans aren't that dumb. They know when something's being forced down their throats. Let's force whoever the agent was of this match needs to be fucking fired. Let's go all pro American. It doesn't work every time, people. Okay, they're Olympians, sure. But you got All Ego, Ethan Page, master on the mic, veteran in the business, and Chelsea Green. I mean, come on. You're putting two excellent fan favorite heels versus green as goose shits. Tavion and Tyra. I mean, okay.
So because they black, they got to get boots angry.
Exactly, they should.
Yeah,
Chelsea
you
is the
racist
star
piece of
of
shit.
this match. The crowd is hot for Chelsea. It
Racist.
doesn't matter what Tavion or Tyra did. The crowd is loving them. Some Chelsea. The secret Hervis shenanigans. Unpretty her. Chelsea gets the victory. Very entertaining match. It was funny. Like I said, the crowd reactions was popping Chelsea and All Ego. It was very entertaining. I gave it 5 pretzels. Cesar, what did you think of this?
The right people won. I give you that. Well, Chelsea won, so the right person won. I give you that. I don't know why they thought these niggas was gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? See, this is back when Massa Michaels, he was feeling himself again. He was like, yeah, I need some niggas to get booed. I done gave some niggas the tag team championships against some whites. So I need some niggas to get booed out the arena. These darkies walking around thinking they great. And this darky woman that nobody likes. Yeah, nobody likes this darky ass woman as the Evolve champ. What the fuck was they thinking down there? I don't know who running Evolve. I wouldn't pick that bitch either. I don't even like that bitch. I don't even know that bitch to not like her because I don't watch Evolve.
I think she was from LFG, not Evolve.
I don't give a fuck what the bitch from. Ain't she? Don't she hold a title somewhere? Don't she hold it?
The Evolve female champion is black, but it's not Tyra.
See, I can't even tell these darkies apart. Okay,
she's the first ever female gold medalist. So I mean, I don't know if that played into it.
That bitch ain't the first. She can't be the first. She'd have to be 108 years old to be the first. Okay, well maybe she the first in wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
because
is.
she ain't the first. Because we seen Simone Biles, and that bitch got 18 medals.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I was talking about in like WWE. I was talking
Oh
about
yeah,
WWE,
yeah.
not
Sure, sure.
not
Oh
in
yeah,
history. Yeah, no,
yeah.
not in history. No, no, no,
Plus,
no.
Michael Phelps is black, and that nigga got 36 gold medals. Okay, I mean the only unthing black about Michael Phelps is that he can swim great. Okay, that's the only unblack thing. That nigga like to get high and fuck hoes. I don't know what's blacker than that. I seriously don't. And he plays a sport to get paid. See, that's black people shit written all over it. Yeah, that nigga high as giraffe pussy 24/7, 365. And
He's
still
swimming. He
win.
swims. He swims from Pluto back to the United States of America.
Just damaging his lungs, and he's still the GOAT. I see that's black
Well,
people shit
back
right
to the match. What is was it?
now. Back to the match with the darkies that I didn't even know was a different darkie than the darkie I was thinking the darkie was in. So yeah, this fucking I don't know. I still don't like this bitch. I thought it was the different bitch, and I still don't like this bitch. Go back and pick some cotton. You need to do something else with your life because wrestling ain't it, or WWE ain't it. Okay, you can wrestle. You can beat my ass, but I'm just a country ass nigga in Virginia. Okay, you can't beat Chelsea Green's ass, but she the goat. She need all the wins she can get. So Chelsea Green got to come down here and get them wins. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. She likes to put people over on the main roster. That's what she like to do. She know her role, and she pulls that shit off to perfection. Her promos are always great. Her matches, they do be good. Ego, he had nothing to do. So y'all ain't got two niggas. You got this nigga. This nigga wrestled out of a freshly job he had with that nigga's son and Renson Claire. Renson Claire's still funny to me. And then you got him teaming up with this other darky. Y'all just thought y'all was gonna have the nigga powers instead of mega powers out here versus Canada, huh?
We coming for you.
You no, you want to talk about Dark State? We had Dark State versus Maple Leafs.
Yeah, it was Dark State, nigga, yeah, because there was some two darkies from the states fighting the goddamn Maple Brigade, and y'all thought this shit was gonna get over on the fucking paper. Nigga, they should have had this shit on Tuesday. Okay. Okay. You should have had this shit on Tuesday. You should have had the other two niggas from Dark State wrestle somebody else in this fucking spot. And I mean, I still nah, because I was entertained by Chelsea and Ego. No, I take that back. I take that back. Because
What
Chelsea
was
and Ego.
the official pretzel rating?
You think I'm rating these niggas? It was 2 packs of cotton for that bitch to get back out in the streets and pick that shit. No, she don't need to be here. Okay, go back and do what you were doing. Get paid off your gold medals. Wrestle some more bitches. Wait 4 years. I don't know if Trumpito opened the borders. You can wrestle in LA and get another gold medal. If not, been a career, bitch. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, Stix, we had a mixed tag match. We had the Canadias versus the Americas. What'd you think?
Gentlemen, I was at this point. You know my love for El Ego and Chelsea Green. She's the tripod favorite. Boys, I was gonna out of shame for the opinion you guys would have gave me. I was gonna have this for my beer cheese match because of the shenanigans. No, the shenanigans alone. No, my girlfriend was watching this and she's like Cesar said, the other two participants, I mean, they're just there. But the shenanigans, the comedy, the way they had these two doing it, that's what kept you in this match. We are here because WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment. These
You sound
guys,
like this nigga. You sound like
the
this nigga giving
announcers,
this match some
no, let me finish. The announcers talk about it being sports entertainment. I was damn near, like just before we start recording, this was going to be my beer cheese. But, as a person that watches a lot of wrestling, you do get a little wrestle drunk, but you also got to remember there's entertainment in this stuff. I thought this match was there for the entertainment portion of this. Loved it. Loved the Canadian connection that we had. This was great. I loved how they lean into this. So, with that being said, this I mean, I'm sure we're going to be all unanimous on what our beer cheese was. I'm going to give this 7 in the salt because of the entertainment faction of its own. Like the traction you have with Ethan Page with a North American championship that is Canadian colors. And you have the woman who was the first ever women's North American champion. That is entertainment in
United
herself.
States champion. United States
United States champion who is who's from Canada. Two people that are Canadian that have held United States North American championships coming together. Great TV. NXT main roster. We talked about this. Ethan Page could show up tomorrow on SmackDown and tread water and hit home runs right off the bat. You brought Chelsea Green down to be with him. I'm sorry, Trips or whoever, Trips, if you're watching on SmackDown, whoever you got doing SmackDown, whatever, your off-brand guy, do that. Bring Ethan Page up. Can you keep this Canada connection going? Because you will hit home runs on USA with it. Ironically, it's also on USA Network. And you could have Canada, 2 Canadian wrestlers, keeping the show afloat. With that being said, I gave this 8 because of the entertainment action.
Over his description,
he went because, like I said,
he started with beer cheese. He went down to 7,
and then back up to 8.
Yeah, because I'm talking myself into it. I'm talking.
He's talked himself into a shoot. You've seen it live. He's talked himself into a shoot.
Hey, we talked about this. Ethan Page was being misused in AEW. Shows up on NXT and is hitting home runs. Chelsea Green was released, came back, made herself relevant enough to win the United States Women's Championship.
30 more words, this is going to be a 9.
Yeah, exactly. I got to cut myself off. I got to be the bartender at closing time. I got to cut myself off. So final rating, 8, because of the entertainment in itself. And I'm done. I'm done because I will end up giving this the beer cheese. I will. I've got to cut myself off, guys.
That is
you know what, Sangria? He sold me. He sold me. I'm giving this shit a 7.5.
Let's go.
I'm with you.
Let's go.
You know what? Jackpot. 7's all around.
7's all around. No, this shit's an 8 for Stix. But it's 7, 7, 8.
He's gonna change it by the end of the tripod.
Yeah, by the end.
I'm gonna put it out in the X verse that changed my shit. Mangria, I need you to take it out of the record books. Put this as the beer cheese.
That was
amazing. This motherfucker here talked himself. He talked himself out of a beer cheese and talked himself into an 8.
That's definitely gonna be the fucking clip I use for fucking TikTok. Well,
this
up
son
next,
of a
gentlemen,
bitch talked himself into that shit. Jesus Christ!
The
Live
main
action
event for the NXT Championship, the ruler Oba Femi versus the young OG Javon Evans. Cesar, no bread.
No water.
No water. Just
meat.
That's right. Massive uphill battle for the young OG tonight, especially with taped up ribs. Another great story being told here tonight. Every time Javon gets momentum, the ruler swats him like a fly. Javon eventually lands a big splash, but might have tweaked his knee. Hell of a match, leading to the ref getting knocked out of the ring. Javon had it won, but another ref pointed out that the Oba's foot was under the rope during the pin, or the original ref, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Oba throws Javon out of as the crowd is upset over what happened. Oba just makes that null and void, picks up Javon and throws his ass on and through the fucking announcer's table. Fall from grace as well, and still the ruler, the NXT champion, Obafemi retains. But just when you think it's over, the absolute one comes by. Ricky Saints came to the ring to talk shit. Obafemi's next opponent revealed. So like I said, Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe almost got my beer cheese because, like I said, there was no title, all story, good rivalry, two veterans who know what they're doing. But man, Javon, the fight this young man had to come back from, massive underdog, taking on this seemingly invincible ruler of a champion. This story told in this match sold me on the beer cheese. 8 pretzels and the beer cheese for this match. Fucking fantastic, Stix. Stix, I know you're still wrestling with your rating from the last match, but what did you think of the main event of Heatwave?
Gentlemen, there's one point in this match, and it wasn't even the action in the match that let me know what the future could be. And it was when they talked about youngest champion in NXT history. Bo Dallas was 23 years old. Javon is 21. So that lets me know that the young OG, he could take some L's in some championship matches. He's still going to be the youngest champion in NXT history. This match showed you that this kid, I don't even know if you want to call it a kid, this guy is ready for that spotlight. I love the slow build that we've had with him to get to this point so far. And I like, as much as I don't like Jensen, I love the backstage interaction we had with it, talking about, hey, Oba, like you've had 9 title defenses. It's starting to wear on you, man, and you start seeing that. We've talked about with Oba how he could wrestle with anybody and still have a good match because he knows how to sell. This guy started off strong, and we started seeing Javon picking up pace. Oba was selling that stuff, the cutters. I loved how Javon thought he got one over on him with the on the apron slap. Oh, Javon missed it. He's like, and it was like, bam, we got a shotgun slap on his ass. The fuck shit. I thought it was ironic how we had 2 moments and 2 different wrestling PLE pay-per-views where a foot on the rope was an integral part of both shows, where Javon thought he got it, but Oba had his foot on the rope. We had the shenanigans, the ref shenanigans, and Oba launching that guy like a lawn dart onto the table and bouncing off the table. Booker T knew what was happening. Book was telling fucking Sick Vic, hey, back up, this is gonna happen. Sick Vic couldn't get the fuck out of the way. His chair tripped his ass up. Book's still standing back there like, hey, I told you, man, I told you. Great match. This was main event worthy. We've seen in other PLEs where like WWE, like the NXT Championship wasn't the main event. This was strategically placed. Chef, cross-eyed kid himself, cooked this thing up. We had a great women's match. Then we brought the entertainment factor in. And then we brought in the meat of the thing. We got you straight to it. And both these boys, a Docky on Doc main event. And what is better than well done meat? We got that in our main event. And these boys hit it out. We had a home run derby in Lowell, Massachusetts, because these boys were hitting bombs. And this was main event worthy. This was all the stuff in this match is what swayed me for this beer cheese, because we see the potential.
Sure? You sure?
Yeah. Bartender cut me off. The old lady said, no. Start serving water. We got to start getting water in this joint. We see the potential of both these guys. We know Javon is going to be at some point the youngest NXT champion in history. This match is another, like, he leveled up with this match to show you this guy's the future, man. And Oba is another championship defense on his totem pole, another notch on the belt. It's a win-win for both guys. and they gave us moments to show you why this was a main event and why we see the potential of both guys.
Yeah, I love Book's the cameraman knows what he's doing. Book's reactions when Javon goes, so the one from Tuesday and the one from Heatwave, they fucking smash cut to Book's face, and he's just like that. I love Book's reactions when they do that shit. They just need to keep that camera on him at all times because his reactions and his commentary always on point. Cesar, what did you think of the main event of Heatwave?
Yeah, this match cooked from bell to bell. It's the beer cheese. It's the one that's a banger. Not just the story in this match, but the story overall between Javon and Oba. It's always Javon who makes it look like Oba can be beat. Well, I guess besides the one loss to Tony D, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Because when they were in that, what's that match where you get pinned, you got to go to the box for 2 minutes?
That's the Iron Survivor.
Remember when Javon slapped Oba 2 times with that fucking cutter and almost pinned him, but he just ran out of time?
Yeah.
That was the first jank there. Even in their triple threat with Trick Willie, it was Javon who almost pinned Oba, slapping that cracker with that shit again until Trick Willie broke it up, and then Oba just, comes back and gets the win. It's always Javon that's making Oba look like he's defeatable with that championship title. Now, Oba does do good selling for everybody else, but he comes over and he wins at the end. But it's always Javon that's getting them real close. And then it's some fuckery. Somebody breaking it up. He runs out of time. Yeah, the foot on the rope with the 2 referees. So it's always Javon, he's getting closer and closer and closer. But nah, man, yeah, this match was phenomenal. Yeah, Javon fighting. Yeah, everybody likes to go under the story. He's fighting up. He just went through the table. He's got the tape on. The ribs ain't. He's not 100%. So he went up against Obafemi, who was 100%, not at 100%, and still almost got that job done. And I feel like that's where the story's gonna go, probably on Tuesday. And Javon ain't going back down. He a YN. He out here wilding and fucking running the streets. And yeah, you had to give the beer cheese to the nigga on nigga action. Master Michael's been racist all night. He let's really go back here and look at the wins and losses here. You know what I'm saying? There was 2 nigga ladies and 1 Latin mommy. And he gives it to the Latin mommy. How niggas not gonna win the first match? It was 2 out of 3. You got 2 out of 3 chance. 2 out of 3 chance. He gives it to the Latin mommy with the fat booty. The black women got the fat booty. You didn't need to do that, but he wanted to do it. Cause why? Cause he racist. He racist. I mean, then he gave the win to a couple light skins against some white people. He won't have that dark nigga in there winning that tag team or championship. Nah, he had to have the Drakes in there, the mostly whites, the lattes with milk, not the espresso. You know what I'm saying? He should have had that white man in there, but he's like, that nigga gay, and I can't have no gay shit on my show. So he gave it to the light skins, But I guarantee you that white man gonna be the first one in the title defense. Watch what I tell you. Watch what that white man gonna be up next. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. And then, it was 3 white women. I can't say nothing about the triple threat. It was 3 white women. So, but one of them was Russian. That's like real white. You know what I'm saying? But he took the pretty white because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna start fucking these TNA bitches underneath the desk like I used to do big titty Kiana James. And now, I'm saying, I'm gonna get these white TNA bitches in here. Mm-hmm. I see where the vision is. I see that. But it was 3 white.
So the match.
I'm getting there. I'm telling the story.
And then you had the co-main. You had the co-main. You had darks and maple syrup.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, I gotta embarrass some niggas because some niggas won the tag team championships, but they light skinned, so they only really half. So technically, only really 1 nigga won because they 2 halves So, you got to take half a nigga, half a nigga. That's only one nigga, but also one white person. So that's a win in the white person column, but a win in the nigga. So he embarrasses two niggas. So the niggas are not back down -1. You know what I'm saying? So mathematically, he's still up because, them two niggas won. Then he's like, I'm not gonna let this white bitch win who fucks niggas. I'm gonna let this white bitch win who I know fucks white people because she British. She British white people. Like, she ain't even fucking Idris Elba, and he's like the most famous nigga in Britain right now. You know what I'm saying? He out here fucking in Marvel movies.
He's Black Superman.
Yeah, man, he Black Superman beating up the Rock and Jason Statham. You know what I'm saying? He Black Superman. He in Marvel movies. You know what I'm saying? He about to be the new James Bond 007, drinking Henny stirred or fucking shaking, nigga. You know he ain't drinking no gin and tonic, nigga, or whatever that drink James Bond do. He drinking some Henny and shooting niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I gotta pick her. And then he's like, well, I ain't got no choice. So I'm gonna take my super nigga. Yeah, train this boy up. Who in real life came from Alabama. So came from a system of slavery. Cause old Nick Saban down there whipping them niggas in the deep south, talking about you gonna bring me my championships, my SEC championships, my national titles. He's like, ain't no Henny out here. It's just white girls and cotton. And y'all niggas better get to work. Cause if you ain't playing ball, you painting my house this weekend, nigga. You building my barbecue pit, nigga. You building my indoor pool, infinity pool, where I can take laps, nigga. You building my sauna outside, nigga. You building this sex swing that's got 18 pounds of lube with it, where I'ma fuck my white wife and y'all can't watch and y'all better not get near her, nigga. Yeah, he down there, so he used to that. So he came up here with Master Michaels, and Master Michaels is like, yo, big black ass better not get in no trouble. No Uso drinking, no Wiz Khalifa Sage burning. He's like, and no white women, even though we in Florida. You better stick to these fucking you better fuck these Latin women. And if you do get them pregnant, tell Trump to call ICE and get him the fuck out of here. Cause I don't want no scandals. Cause you my super nigga. You my #1 nigga. You my Django coming to the house and pay me, nigga. Yeah, man, dingo fights all night, nigga. That's what he said to him. And then he tried to super kick him. And Obafemi's like, I don't play that shit. And he's like, ooh, you a strong nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna break your ass. Yeah.
Go make me some NXT t-shirts.
Yeah, go sell my merch. Go sell me some merch, nigga. I ain't even gonna do nothing special for your merch. You about to be the champ, and it's just gonna say Obafemi, a nigga, and everybody gonna buy it. And then the YN came in there, and then Master Michael saw the potential. He was like, ooh, I'm gonna have this young, skinny nigga.
It's the worst shirt ever.
What you talking about? What you talking about? He sold 10,000 units the first week. I seen it. I seen the check. He was at the coalition. He sold me the check. Obafemi getting paid.
Oba bought the first round of Henny at the coalition meeting because of the concession stands.
Yeah, I seen the shirt. It was a great shirt. I'm gonna buy one. I gotta get paid on Wednesday first, but I'm gonna buy one. Where was I at? I digress. So the match happened, right? Yeah. So they was. I don't know where
Wait. When Oba's talking to Shawn Michaels backstage, does Shawn Michaels force him to use the accent, or can Oba just talk normal?
If they're in the office and nobody's around, Oba can talk normal. But if there's any camera, production, crew, I mean, Unreal NXT might pop up. That nigga got to be in character at all times. At all times.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Oba would have the phone with Google Translate for white people talk, and he's telling them, like, he's talking to it, and Gemini is breaking it down, and white people talk for Cross-Eyed Kid.
I bet she can. I mean, this is gonna be great when Oba gets to the main roster and drops the accent like Kofi Kingston in 12 years. That shit's gonna be great. But I digress. The match, was cooking. The story between these guys are great. They fighting. doing work, doing dirt. Everybody getting their shit in. Yeah, through the nigga through the table. Crazy work, crazy work. Everybody, well, not to take nothing away from my kind, because I love my black peoples in wrestling, but the, Javon Evans would not be the youngest NXT champion ever. We've seen the youngest NXT champion ever. He even wrestled at an NXT takeover. He wrestled a man called Petey Williams, not Petey Williams, Butch, and his name is Sweet Dick Tyler Bate, who was 19 years old when he became the first ever NXT UK champion. And we've seen him wrestle over the air. Now, he's been hurt, but probably because he fucking Zarya. That's why his arm hurt. He picking that big bitch up while fucking his other girl soul. This nigga sweet dicking all over the place. Surprised he ain't got 2 or 3 kids, right? Naomi got knocked up by Big Jim. But anyway, I digress. Javon out here cooking, getting thrown through tables every goddamn night, all the way fucked up, fighting matches, fighting this big behemoth super nigga, but he ain't got no Lex Luthor behind him telling him 1A, 5B, 16Q, 38M, 1A, 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 1A. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no Lex Luthor behind him. So he can't get the job done. You can't beat super nigga with a regular nigga. I ain't see no kryptonite. I didn't see no white women. I didn't see no chicken. You know what I'm saying? Because Javon might fall for that kryptonite too. Nigga, white women and chicken, and a 40. Maybe Oma might drop the shit. He might be like, ooh, Bama days. You know what I'm saying? He out there, and then he dropped the accent, but none of that happened. So no bread, no water. Look like Javon don't eat bread or water with his skinny ass. Look like he don't eat meat neither. Nigga maybe just eats bread and water. That's what happens. See, Javon just eats the bread and water. And Obafemi is just meat. That's why them niggas get together and it's a beautiful thing. It's called a sandwich with a drink. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, where the hard R's at, man? Did their contract go up? Where my niggas at?
No. Speaking of that, how do we not have Subway be the main sponsor of this match?
That's what I'm saying. Bread, water, and meat, man. Shit, out here. But yeah, that boy Obafemi, he got another dub, another title defense on a great-ass match on a PLE. Yeah, beer cheese for me. This match cooked all the way. I thought it was great. Yeah, that's say the line, Singrid.
Other than that, Cesar has no thoughts on the subject. But yeah, that was 2 PLEs out the way. APPW has a new episode. It's going to drop as soon as this drops as well. So plenty of entertainment coming your way to all 104 subscribers and the 3 of you that watch. So have a great rest of
Hold on. Can we say something real quick? Shout out to Sami Callihan for a great wrestling career that this man had. He lost, 2 weeks ago to Mike Santana on TNA's pay-per-view. Shout out to Sami Callihan. You had a great career. Now, go out there, start producing some matches, put some bangers on.
Oh, for sure. He'll be employed by TNA and NXT as a producer or agent, what have you. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we do what we do best here on the tripod, and we give that big ups to Hulk Hogan. No, that big ups to Stallion Pete.